Yo, what up, though, family? It's your homeboy, Heavy Metal Lifestyle, the host of the Pop Culture 223 podcast. Look, before we do anything else, please smash that like and subscribe button on at the bottom, turn on notifications so when we drop content, you will be the first to know. I don't want you to be left out, like I said before. Look, I get asked this question quite often, not a lot, but quite often. Hey, what if I want to buy a suppressor? What suppressor I get? They ask me like, what was your suppressor? How you got it, what was the process, how long did it take, and like what's the best suppressor for a 14 and a half inch rifle. I don't know what the correct answer to that is about what's the best suppressor for a 14 and a half inch rifle, but I'm gonna give you my opinion. So we're gonna get into some information, why I bought mine, where I bought mine from, and what I run it on. So let's jump into it. Yo, I'm back. Like I never left. Yo, this me. So check it out. I get asked this question, like I said before, I get asked this question, like, what's the best suppressor for a 14 and a half inch rifle? I don't know. Like I said, it's a bunch of different suppressors out there. It's that can, it all depends on what you want to do, what firearm platform, what AR-15 you kind of running. You running a piston driven gas or whatever. So, do you got adjustable gas block? It's a lot of different things that go into like what's the best suppressor for you and your needs. But I'm gonna give you why I bought mine, how, where I bought it from, how I got it, and just some overall experience in my opinion. Like this is just my opinion. Me running a suppressor for about 3 years, 4 years on a 14 and a half inch rifle. So I'm just gonna give you my opinion on it. So look, before we get into all that, one thing I always get asked is, when it comes to suppressor, can I own a suppressor? And where do I get it from? How long is the wait? How long is this? Now, I'm gonna tell you one secret that what I did was when I found out I had all these questions and I didn't know where to go. Well, I went to a gun store and they told me, but I also did my own research. And one place I went to was Silencer Shop. Now, Silencer Shop is not did not provide any information for this video. They're not a sponsor of this video. I just use them as a place where to find out information about suppressors and different things. So let's jump right into it. So if you go into Silencer Shop, um, you see, so if you go right to the brand, look, Silencer Shop and SBR. So if you need an SBR short barrel rifle, they can hook you up with a tax stamp, do all that. This is a great place to find out information that's current about laws and legal things, all that good stuff. But this one thing I found out when you go to the Silencer Shop, you go down to the bottom, it's called FAQs. The first thing right off the rip is it is it legal to own a silencer? Let's see what this says. Let me get rid of this. Under federal law, it it has never been illegal to own a silencer. If 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 it's legal for you to buy a handgun, you live in a state that allows suppressor ownership, then it is probably legal for you to own a silencer. The basic requirements are as follow. Excuse me, I went to a public school, but you must be at least 21 years old. You must live in a state that allows ownership, and you must not have any felonies or convictions. Now, mind you, any felonies or convictions. So look, convictions. So homies. So to the homies, my homies, you know who you are. No felonies, and I don't think you can owe money on child support. So let's get that straight. So if you had any questions, go to the Silencer Shop. So let's get back to it. So minimize that one. Which states allow silencers ownership? So if you live in a state and you don't know, you can go on Silencer Shop. The following states allow private ownership of silencers. Boo, look at all those names, all them states. MI is right there. The use of suppressors for hunting goes into effect July 1st, 2020. So all remaining states, California may allow silencers ownership for people in possession of a valid FFL. Um, uh, do I need a special license to own a silencer? No, there are some rumors that you need to have a class 3 silence to own a silencer, class 3 license to own a silencer, but it simply isn't true. You do not have to pay for a tax stamp when you first buy the suppressor, but there are no ongoing fees or license required. This tax is similar to paying sales tax on a purchase, except that it goes to the federal instead of the state government. Simply complete the form. They make it super simple. Uh, Let me see this. Do you give up the right to? Can you use silencers and multiple calibers? What's the difference between a suppressor? Where is it at? What's the benefits of a suppressor? I like this one. Key the key benefits include hearing protection, reduced recoil, less concussion, and all around better shooting experience. Now, um, listen, the homie told me shooting unsuppressed is uncivilized, and I'm 100% agreeing with you on that. Shooting unsuppressed is uncivilized. But with me, when I had bought my Daniel Defense Ridge 2, it's a 14 and a half inch, right? So with the 14 and a half inch, 14 and a half inch, I had to get my muzzle brake pinned and weld. Now the thing about the pinned and weld, once you get it, so if you buy a 14 and a half, it's 9 times 10 it's gonna come pinned and weld if you don't build it yourself. So in order for it doesn't fit into that classification like a short barrel rifle, then you got to get tax stamp and SBR and all that. You get a muzzle brake that puts it. Once you get the muzzle brakes on, it puts it out of the SBR category. Anything less than 16-inch barrel is considered SBR. So, excuse me. Once you get that done, it's out of that. It's out of that category. But the only thing about 14 and a half, and everybody knows, once you get it pinned and weld, once you figure out what suppressor you want, what muzzle brake you want to use, it's now married to that fire. It's now married to that barrel. So what that means is you can't just put that thing on the table and get your wrench out and do some work to it. It's pinned and well. So you got to get a gunsmith that know what he's doing, that's reliable and know exactly what he's doing to one, put it on. And if you want to get it taken off to do something else, then you take it back to that person and they can take it off. This is not something that you can just do down in your basement. And I mean, you could, but I wouldn't try it. But once it's married on there, the only way to get it off is with a divorce. So when you make your decision on what suppressor you want to run on a 14 and a half, make sure that that's the chick in the marriage you want to be with for the rest of your life. Just make sure. So me, I went with the SureFire. I went to SureFire War Comp, and I went with the SureFire RC2. So the great thing about Silencer Shop is that with the Silencer Shop, let's just go there, right? So I went to if you go to let me go back to the web, go back to silencers. I just hit that. So with the silencer shop, you can go in there and hit exclude all, let's exclude unavailable items. So I went to category and I'm gonna go to caliber. And I hit 5.56. Right off the dribble, right off the rip. Guess what's up? The RC2 SureFire. Now this is the one I have. The RC2. Let's look at some of the details. RC2. It comes FDE. Now I didn't know this going in, and that's why I did. I had to ask some of the homies. I asked some of the homies what suppressors are they running. I got a different variety. But I know one of the homies, Sinister 556. He special forces all. He not special forces, but look, whatever they got, he got. And he told me about the RC2. The one great thing about, and this is just a little side note, when you go into a gun store, they're gonna sell you what they may have for sale, or some stores like Uncoil and Shooter's Lane, they're gonna tell you what like actually what works and what's good. Because some of them got those, they may even had a firearm there for you to shoot them, and that's one thing I would definitely tell you to try before you buy something. Try to get a homie that got it, that you can shoot one of theirs, or go up to a store that may have some NFA items for rent that you can rent and shoot on, just to get a feel for it. Just don't buy it just because you watch a YouTuber say this is the best thing going since sliced bread, yada yada yada. Get your hands on it, see if it fits your needs, see if it fits your lifestyle, like heavy metal lifestyle, baby. Yeah, I did someone drop that, but let's get back to the web. So this is one thing I didn't know. I just thought any suppressor went for any length of barrel, whatever. I didn't know it's like certain suppressors are tailor made to a certain length barrel. So like right here it says barrel length requirements. So my SureFire RC2 barrel length requirements is 10-inch or longer. So I got two 14 and a halves and two 11 and a halves. So my RC2 can get shot on all four of those rifles if I wanted to. Material stainless steel, um, muzzle device capability, SureFire fast attach system, works with SureFire war comp, flash hider, or muzzle brakes. The length, you see the length, 6 inches, 17 ounces, color options, black and FD. Now, you think 17 ounces is not a lot when you look at it, but 17 ounces is a lot when you start just building your rifle. When you got all this junk up front, you got a light, you got the all kind of, you got the suppressor, you got the light. Um, if you cool, you got some night vision crap up there and all kind of stuff. So, 17 once you start putting it on there, 17, it get kind of heavy. But I was told, look, do some push-ups, you be all right? So let's get back to it. This is what's cool, right? SOCOM certification. Selected for, now this is the RC2 SureFire. Selected for U.S. Special Operations Command, SOCOM. That's why the homie Sinister 556 got it, and that's why I got it. So look, um, this boy has been putting in work for years. So this was a real durable suppressor. The RC2 is real durable, and I figure if the guys over there putting in work that's protecting our country, they run them, I think a civilian operator should run it. So and I'm gonna show you this too, why I also got this one, and let's go back to the web. um the quick detach, that's why I got this quick detach right here. um so that's it. Let's see, the quick detach. It all depends too when it comes to suppressors. Like, do you want to go direct thread? Like once I said, with the 14 and a half inch, you got to get the muzzle brake pinned and well. But let's say this. I went with the quick detach on the ratchet system on the RC2. This setup. You can go direct thread or you can go QD mounts. Different ones come with QD mounts. This RC2 just happened to come with the ratchet system. I think it's just the best system because it's simple. You ratchet on there, lock it down, crank, crank, crank. You hear it, kirk, and then you good, Gucci to go. You ready to go. Another one that was up there, and I want you to see this too. Look at this, 252 reviews. So we go down here, stylish and compact, compared to an AMA AEM, turns your look, what is it? What are all this? Look at all these. Look at all this combo into a more suitable whatever firing point, whatever he said. Excellent suppressor, 46 hours approval time, gear products, great product, and great durability. SureFire makes a great silencer. So you got two off right off the back that says the silencer is durable and excellent. Not designed to be the quietest on the market, but hard to top the flash suppression, worth every penny. And that's another thing. You know, combo, whatever, people text talk. I don't get it. But one thing that I can say is that the reason also I bought this because the durability and the price point. Now, it's not the quietest. They also make a RC3 that's a flow through. Um that's it's supposed to be quieter, but in my opinion, no flow through cans are quiet. Um None. Now the Hurcs, they got one on here. Let's go back here. Uh, this one, flow through 556 suppressor. Um, this is a 3D printed. This is a 3D. The Hurc works flow 556 can. It's a 3D printed can. It's good for CQB. Where is it said? Is it 3D printed? This one is eliminate glowing box. Where does it says? This is a 3D printed suppressors engineered with Hellcat core and cones to maintain low point of impact shift while optimizing performance on a 5.56 caliber rifle. So like I said, once you get into the materials and things, they making they making suppressors out of everything now. I know one suppressor company or a company, Next Level Armament, they have a 22 suppressor that's 3D printed, and it's real cost effective, real cheap, and that they can make them real quick. Like mine's is still like you said, you got ones that's 3D printed, like this one is not. I do have one that's 3D printed. It's the RoTeck 5.56 can. And that's another thing, like too. And when you go 14.5 inch, and this is kind of get off topic, like, do you want a multi-cal can that can shoot different calibers, or you just want to go to one that's specific? Did my light go out? It might have went dead. Let's see. I think the power went out. Let's see. Oh, power went out. Whatever. Um, this is it's 3D printed. Now, what when it comes to multi-caliber cans, like, do you want that to be your first caliber? I mean, first can to get. Mine's, I went with a specific a caliber that's just was a 5.56 Pacific. I just because I was running a lot of 5.56, I didn't want a multi-caliber can that did different stuff. Whatever. I didn't. So, but I wish I would have. My second can, I wish I would have got a multi-cal can. But this is a RoTeck. The great thing about the RoTeck is 3D printed. It's lightweight. The great thing about the RoTeck is it goes on a Flash 2 muzzle brake. So opposed to buying a suppressor and going to get another $200 or whatever extra spend for the muzzle brake, you can just go. If you build a rifle, you got a little A2 bird cage on your rifle. This boy is simple. Another ratchet system. Put it on there, just ratchet down. You hear it lock in, and it's good to go. I've been running this on my Geisley, 11.5 inch Geisley upper build. I got the little what we call it, I can't think about what we're getting into, but it's the Ergy. So I love that Geisley too. It's a nice rifle. So I run this too on there. If you seen any of my videos, my Instagram, or the axe matches that we shoot, the 2-gun matches, I'm either running a 14.5 inch Daniel or running an 11.5 inch Geisley. Look, also, if you ever into 2-gun matches and you want to get, try your rifle out, run it in different situations, scenarios, and really put some work in and see what it can do, Axe is the way to go. Axe is the American Confederation of Tactical Shooters. You can look them up on Practice Score, type in Axe match, and they go every second Saturday of the month, year round, rain, sleet, or snow. That's a great thing about Michigan shooters. Hey, we train and shoot in all weathers. I don't, but they do. They out there year round, no days off. But anyway, let's get back to the can talk. So this is the ones I run. These two now, these two are not flow throughs, and they're not made for a lot of take away a lot of back pressure or pressure. But the RC2 is designed at some capacity to minimize a lot of back pressure. But since I run on a 14.5, and that's another great thing about the 14.5, I don't get a lot of that back pressure or blowback in my face at all. It's minimal, not even existent. But I shoot outside a lot. So, when we shooting and running, when I first bought it, uh, it was a little bit back pressure. Um, but I think I got more back pressure a little bit when I was on the 11.5 inch because of the short barrel. So I got a little bit more kickback. But on a 14.5 is minimum or not even there. But like I said, I spent a nice little ticket on it, but it's real durable. If you can see, it got scratches on it, running through, CQB work, port work, just putting in work with it. This is a real durable can. Like I said, I run on a 14.5. I had that setup that I got with this, with the Daniel Defense, is by far, I've been in love with it. Daniel hasn't failed me. I just probably cleaned it before I went to CRC, and that's the Combat Rifle Championship that I just shot. I'm gonna show you some videos and some things from that match. Me running the can. I'm gonna play some videos up for you. So that's my take on suppressors, and what suppressor is good for a 14.5 inch rifle. I don't really know. I can just tell you what my experiences have and where I went to get it. And then when I got a suppressor, I had to wait. I think my first suppressor, I had to wait 4 or 5 months. And then another reason I got the second suppressor, because I think I got it in like no, the second suppressor I think it took like 3 months, 4 months. Then I got a 9 mil can that I got like in 10 days. So they were coming back mad fast. So I had to jump on it. So, things are changing in the political world. And if you've been following what's going on with suppressors and tax stamps, it's about to be another change. And it's, all for the good. If my opinion is this, they do all this stuff to tax. They make you pay a tax stamp, a 200 fee. But if you can't even get the firearm off rip, what does it matter if you wait so long for a tax stamp? I don't understand the wait for the tax stamp. They will let you know if you can get the platform or the weapon that the suppressor can go on. They let you know. They let you know 30 minutes or in 7 to 10 days. Right? It comes back. If it comes back that you're good, why can't you do the same thing with the suppressor? Why the suppressor got to take 5 to 6 months or a year to come back? So if you can't get the firearm that the suppressor goes on, why does it take so long for the suppressor to come back? That makes no sense to me. Maybe y'all can help me out, YouTube world, family, whatever. Let me know what's going on with that. But that's just my opinion. How I feel about it, whatever. I hope that my opinion helped you. Somebody looking for somewhere to go to find out about tax stamps, find out about suppressors, research, and all that. Silencer Shop did not supply or sponsor this video, but I do use them as a place where to go to do research and ask a lot of questions. They're pretty good. You call them customer service. You have some questions. Like I said, they'll walk you right through it. Most shops that you go to, gun shops, has a silencer shop kiosk there, and that's super simple. You just go in there and do your fingerprints, do your picture, download the app, you pay your tax stamp, you buy the suppressor there. It's real simple. The only thing about the thing I would say is once you do all that stuff up front, pay for it, fingerprints, pictures, just watch your emails. Make sure you know your passwords to Silencer Shop. Make sure you know your passwords to the e-forms, because you don't want to have to reset this and reset that, or your information doesn't link up to e-forms, and that can delay you. So you want to make sure everything is communicating right. So just know your passwords, your email address, all your information. Once all that linked up, just make sure you pay attention to your emails. Once you get them, you certify, you do everything you're supposed to do. Man, it's a painless process. Believe me, it's a painless process. And I know in most shops, once you buy, you can go up there and visit it and get your conjugal visits in. So we all know how that is. So listen, that's just my opinion. That's your boy, Heavy Metal Lifestyle. This is what I do. We out there running a gun in the 2-gun matches. So it's a lot of suppressors out there. Like I said, shooting suppressors is uncivil. Shooting without a suppressor is uncivilized. You out there training, and your homeboy got a Lantac Dragon next to you, and you hear him bust off, and now you got all that blow back in your face, pause. But we all out there suppressors, so it's a better time, right? So that's it for me. Like I said, if you ever want to get into a 2-gun match, Axe is the place to go. It's called American Confederation of Tactical Shooters. You can look them up online, and once you look them, practice score, jump in the match. Like I said, the season is, the weather's about to start turning kind of bad here in Michigan, but it's a fun time. Once you jump in, you're gonna be hooked. So look, check out these videos, man. Let it run. Tell me what you think. Peace. All right, I'm back. So look, check this out. If you like the videos, man, you like what we doing, I see us getting down. Like I said, check out the practice score. If you like what we doing, please smash and hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications, do all that so you don't get left out when we drop content on the Pop Culture 2 to 3 podcast and channel. This is what we do. You know, we out there running, gunning, we shoot matches, we put in work with different things and guns and platforms. So we this is what we do. We kind of in the know. So that's it from me. I'm trying to think of something else that I'm posting. If I'm forgetting anything. Oh, go check out that video I did with Officer Emanuel. Officer Emanuel is a police officer, a Flint officer that got involved in a gunfight at a Clarissa Shields parade. At a parade. He had to do some work at a parade. So go check that video out. It's a good one. Hey, I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. But anyways, game recognize game. We recognize you, so please recognize us. And I'm out. Peace.